Welcome to Discover Greater Lansing. Whether you're exploring the rich history of the state capital or indulging in incredible local food, there's always something exciting happening here. Discover living. Discover mobility. Discover downtown. Discover giving back. Greater Lansing offers breathtaking activities and outdoor adventures, ensuring a perfect balance of city life and natural beauty. Discover the warmth. Discover the charm. Discover Greater Lansing. The journey begins now.
Well, welcome back to another great show of Discover Greater Lansing. Today we're welcoming back, speaking of welcome back, Kathleen and Julie from Downtown Lansing, Inc. They are making all things cool and exciting and happening in our downtown. And welcome, Kathleen. Thank you for rejoining us to tell us all the latest and greatest. And we're abuzz this season coming up because of something we're hearing about. The big red ball.
The holiday season
is
here, and we like to celebrate all the seasons in downtown Lansing. So we're very excited for the inaugural Big Red Ball, which is truly a celebration that is bringing together business and community leaders in a shared mission to support the ongoing transformation of Michigan's downtown, here in downtown Lansing. And as we look at the evolution of our downtown community through the decades, holding it in the beautiful historic atrium building, also known as the former Strand Theater at 215 South Washington Square. It's just going to be such a delight and really add to the ambiance of the evening.
All right. So what's the big date?
We will have the Big Red Ball taking place Saturday, December 7th from 7 to 11 p.m. at night. And for attendees, we're just really excited to show off the downtown, show off this beautiful historic building. And they can expect a bold, a boisterous, a black tie, or however formal you feel comfortable being, evening right in the heart of the capital city. Guests will step into that holiday wonderland, if you will. Enjoy entertainment, seasonal revelry, a lot of delicious locally made food and desserts to celebrate the evening, and a few surprises are always in store.
Wow, it sounds like the not to miss event of the year. So that's so exciting because we really haven't had anything quite like this to celebrate our downtown. And this is a fundraiser as well to raise important critical dollars to help with your mission, correct?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it is a fundraiser. You know, we talk about downtown Lansing being at the intersection of where commerce, culture, and community really come together in a number of ways, and that shared vision and purpose of supporting the ongoing transformation of downtown Lansing. So the funds are supporting the critical improvements and enhancements that are needed, historic preservation, placemaking projects that'll be taking place throughout the next 5 years as well. And just, if you're not able to support or attend the Big Red Ball, there are so many other ways to get involved in your downtown Lansing community. Of course, you can be a sponsor of any number of the projects and events that are taking place within the downtown district. You can get actively involved as a volunteer and plan and produce different projects and programs. But at the heart of it, this is our city. This is our community. So having that shared vision, that belief and active involvement in shaping the future and how we lead the way forward for our state is so, so important. And the Big Red Ball is just one of the ways to support that.
Absolutely. So it's a fund, but it's fun.
Yes.
It's a fundraiser. We're going to have so much fun. And I'm so looking forward to it. And what a creative idea. And for those who may not know exactly what Downtown Lansing Inc. is, could you just give us a little bit of background so that we can kind of plug in and really understand the critical position and contributions that Downtown Lansing Inc. makes to our downtown?
Absolutely. At Downtown Lansing Inc., we serve as the downtown management agency for Lansing, and we also are a nationally accredited Main Street organization, which ultimately means we are balancing that high-level strategy and longer-term vision for the downtown district and what we know our city and our downtown can be, and balancing that with the on-the-ground action and community-led involvement for the projects and programs that take place within our downtown district, from recruiting businesses, providing very important retention grants and other programs to our longer term businesses that make up the fabric and framework of our community and make downtown Lansing so incredibly unique, to events like the Big Red Ball, upcoming Frost Fest, the list goes on with different events and activities, to planning out the design and how downtown Lansing can continue to grow to be a welcoming and inclusive and vibrant space for all who call not just the city their home, but the region and the state as well.
Right. Because it really is, it's the heartbeat, downtown. And being a downtown business owner myself, I know we want it to be as vibrant. We want to see people going to shops and restaurants.
Absolutely.
It's really the vibe and energy, so that when people, I just happened to be traveling and I was talking about Lansing, and we are the capital city,
Yes.
and we have that beautiful capitol right in the center of our city, but we are so much more in addition to that.
Yeah. Yes.
And talk about how that, I'm sure you talk to colleagues from all over the country, and what makes Lansing so different and unique, and where do we have room to grow?
Yeah, it's an ongoing conversation, especially with other capital cities from across the nation, as we talk about, both the challenges and opportunities that we face. And something that makes downtown Lansing unique is, of course, our location within the state, right? We're right in the center. The fact that historically we have been that hub for daytime work for government, and the transition that is taking place right now, 5-10 years on the road, it's going to look like a completely different downtown environment and experience overall. We've already started seeing wonderful changes happening along the riverfront, and there's room to highlight that even more and make sure that that becomes a focal point for everything from community spaces to ongoing development, a residential amenity, again, not just for those in our downtown, but across the city and the region as well. The addition of different performance centers like Gray Wall Hall and the Ovation coming on board are all exciting projects that have great symmetry with the accelerator programs that exist and are growing in downtown Lansing, from the Shops at Middle Village to the up and coming Mikado Club Restaurant Accelerator and ironically Swanky Food Hall. There's just so much change and growth, and to start seeing the community experiencing that and then visibly seeing these larger development projects, all of those different changes, while continuing to honor that heritage and unique identity and that sense of connectiveness and community that Lansing offers, that's paramount.
And it all creates a sense of pride.
Absolutely.
When we, in our travels or when we're here, people proudly wear the 517, and we, and to be able to contribute. And some may not realize, how can the community, and what role can they play in helping growing our downtown or influencing the direction?
Yeah, it's another wonderful part of the size of our community, that connectiveness of our community. There's so many ways to actively be involved and make a difference in the community that's your home. From getting involved in any various nonprofit organization, getting involved as a volunteer with Downtown Lansing Inc., to really shape how we are honoring the identity and this heritage of our community while continuing to move it forward and have a strong, bold vision for the future. Bring new ideas, bring new events, bring new businesses to call Lansing their home. We should continue to be loud and proud about who we are, how many wonderful amenities and opportunities exist right in the heart of the capital city, and shout that to the whole state and the entire world and invite them to be a part of it as well.
Absolutely. So you heard it. Shout it from the rooftops. We are Lansing. We are proud to be in our city and proud of our city. So I'm going to do something, let's go back to that business focus.
Yeah.
And what does Downtown Lansing Inc. do to support businesses so that they are attracted to come here, they stay there? Now, I've been here for quite a while. I love our downtown. I love our historic building we're in. But what is that community connection to business? What special efforts are you making in your team to make this an attractive business landscape?
Of course. There's been a number of things we've done, and of course, since that dreaded P word of the pandemic, over the last 5 years, how we've provided business support has evolved and grown in a number of ways. We've been able to support over 40 small businesses with small business support grants that totaled up to $50,000 each. So distributed over $1.8 million in small business support grants to our existing businesses as well as those newer businesses. Opened up a retail accelerator space. Recently, we just launched a tenant improvement grant program to make sure that we are preserving our historic, beautiful buildings that again make up that fabric and framework and unique identity of our community, but making the improvements necessary to them for modern day uses and to support tenants going into those spaces. We work hand in hand with our city leaders and our local economic development agencies to have led a comprehensive market analysis of our downtown district in partnership with Old Town and Rio Town as well, because the corridors and that connectivity is so important across our neighborhoods to really set the path forward and the vision for not only what businesses exist here today, but what we can attract and work towards in the future. And things like a walkable and dense, vibrant neighborhood is a key component to that, with more residential offerings. And that's where the economic development agencies and the partnerships with our city and our local developers are so important. And we are every day advocating for the needs of our downtown district, why downtown Lansing is so important to our city and our region and our state, because it is that heartbeat, and making sure that we are a good listener too, that people feel respected, heard, valued, and that they have that active and heard voice to contribute to that future programming for our downtown district.
Absolutely. Wow. So what you must love going to work every day. You come downtown and you see that growth and you see the possibilities and you're making it happen. So that's exciting. And a common theme throughout all of our shows, the power of partnerships. And you talk about the city, economic development, and businesses, and has there been an example of a unique partnership or something that you can reference that really kind of shows you? I know the city in itself must be a very strong partnership to make things become reality.
Of course. I think one example that comes to mind first is the development and changes that took place with Lansing Shuffle. You know, already there was so much involvement from the community foundation, corporations, city leaders, et cetera, to make the Rotary Park improvements possible along our riverfront. Again, highlighting our riverfront in a positive way and inviting the community to enjoy that space in the surrounding areas up and down the river trail. But with Lansing Shuffle, there was the Economic Development Department with the City of Lansing, of course the administration, already talking with some of the leaders of Detroit Rising and talking about all the benefits as well as the similarities between the changes that have been happening in Detroit and what we are at the leading edge of here in downtown Lansing. And then working throughout the pandemic to invite those property owners and developers to continue to come back to Lansing for events, for seasonal walks around the space, really spending whole weekends and evenings experiencing the community, talking about the central role that property, but also, again, the downtown Lansing community plays overall in the city, and seeing how that project continued to kind of change and morph into an amazing space that welcomes so many, not just for food, but just to be. As well, and brings together, again, that commerce, culture, and community component when you have trivia nights, karaoke evenings, artists being featured each month within the space, rotating restaurants, so many fun flavors and experiences all offered in that development.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lansing Shuffle, what a great example of partnerships and the strength of it to bring something super cool and so new to our downtown and right on our riverfront, which sometimes, you know, in the past we used to forget that beautiful riverfront of ours, and now we are embracing it and highlighting it, and that's wonderful. So any downtown, I heard you say it several times, the 3 C's. Commerce, culture, and connectivity, right? So let's talk a little bit more. We've had several shows, but the culture of our downtown and what we have, Ovation is coming, and you mentioned some other things. let's spend just a minute on culture before we wrap up here.
The culture of any community is so important to how connected we feel with our community, of course. And downtown Lansing is so fortunate, and our city is so fortunate to have so many wonderful cultural organizations taking part in what's happening within the downtown district and beyond. So of course we are the home to the Lansing Symphony Orchestra. We had All of the Above Hip Hop Academy just open in our downtown district, teaching the art and love of hip hop and that culture and art form to youth and all ages, really. We had the Hispanic Heritage Festival just take place in our downtown district this fall, along with the Lansing Literature Festival, and the number of art organizations found within downtown Lansing really speaks to the importance of just overall arts and culture and how that serves all of our unique identities in a variety of ways. From, of course, the Lansing Art Gallery that's been part of the community for, I think, 50 years. Nelson Art Gallery, that's a newer art gallery. Lafitte Art Gallery that offers everything from high-level or upper-end art and custom pieces to a new merchandise shop that she's bringing inside the gallery where you can get prints on tote bags, yoga mats, custom-made shirts, things of that nature, amazing purses. Keep your eye on Lafitte Gallery.
Definitely.
And then the events that are held in partnership with like 517 Day, Metro Malik, Lansing 501. There's really a little something for everybody offered for free as well as ticketed, depending on where your interests lie.
Right, so the C is there. It's real, and it reaches everybody, all ages, all tastes. So we've got the ingredients. So let's stir it up and keep it and continue to make this a great community.
Continue to make it. Everyone should feel actively involved and engaged with their community. So if you have ideas or ways that you want to add to the culture and that sense of community found in downtown Lansing, definitely reach out to us at downtownlansing.org. We'd love to have a conversation.
Excellent. So we have the big red ball, so mark your calendars, December 7th for that. Anything on the horizon before we wrap up today that you're excited about?
There are many things that I'm excited about. It's the hardest part is having patience. So for anyone who wants to keep updated about all of the exciting projects and news coming to the downtown Lansing area, definitely visit downtownlansing.org. Stay tuned into our social media channels, which are Downtown Lansing. And I really encourage the community to talk well about ourselves, share that pride, invite others to get involved if you're already actively involved, not just with DLI, but any other of the wonderful organizations, and lift up our local businesses. Continue to do that throughout the holiday season and all year round.
Absolutely. We are all ambassadors for this great city we call home, a Greater Lansing. And Kathleen, thank you for coming back to this show, giving us the latest and greatest, because really the heartbeat is right here in downtown. It serves the whole region, and a strong downtown brings all the communities together, attracts talent, keeps our talent here. And I can't thank you enough for what you do every day to make our region just an excellent place to live, work, and play.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate your team and all they do, and I look forward to many great things to come.
I appreciate that.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much.
Kathleen.
Hi, I have Alex with the Lansing Legal Group here with me today, and we're going to talk about some of the things that can trip up a real estate transaction. Alex, first of all, thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, you're welcome. One of the most recent things we worked on is a scenario with a trust. So many people put real estate in a trust, and then after it's in there, they don't really manage it. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a trust is a wonderful way for folks with real property to protect it and also to transfer it down the line. But folks forget that every couple, 2-3 years, they should really talk to their attorney about what's changed in their life. Really, after any major event, birth of a child, a marriage, a divorce, even a death, they should definitely talk to their attorney and make sure their trust is up to date.
Right.
Same goes with buying property.
Sure. Well, what I am finding is a lot of times a person will want to refinance their home, especially with interest rates changing or whatever. They take the home out of the trust, and then it does not go back in, which can cause a problem. What would you suggest that people do? You said like maybe every 2 or 3 years they take a look at that trust. Do people ever rewrite them, or what would you want to tell a person if they're looking looking at putting a trust together, what should they do to be able to manage it for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, take stock of all of your assets, and then when you do have that home and you do end up refinancing, and make sure you place it back into that trust. So with that trust, make sure it's properly funded and the assets you think are in there are actually there.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Alex directly. He's an awesome resource, or you can contact me and I will put you in touch. Thank you so much.
The Lansing Regional Chamber is pleased to be part of Discover Greater Lansing, where we will celebrate and showcase the economic growth and assets that define our region. We are experiencing an extraordinary transformation with over $4 billion in new investment and thousands of new jobs. Placemaking, including the integration of arts, entertainment, and culture, plays a pivotal role in shaping our vibrant communities. Infrastructure is the backbone of economic growth, and we're seeing historic levels of investment exceeding $800 million, including the planned reconstruction of Michigan Avenue, connecting Michigan State University to our state capitol. As you embark on your journey to discover Greater Lansing, we encourage you to immerse yourselves in the unique experiences our region has to offer, support the small businesses that form the heartbeat of Lansing, and joining us in fostering an environment where innovation, collaboration, and prosperity flourish. Together, let's build a stronger Lansing.
So we're going to talk about banking today with Eaton Community Bank and something specifically called treasury management as I stumble. I have Chelsea with me here today, and we're going to go ahead and go through this today. And so tell me a little bit about this. Break it down for me.
Yes, Karen, thanks for having me on today. Treasury management, hard word to say, also very confusing. It covers a wide variety of things. We're going to boil down to those specific specialty products that can help a business become more efficient, more secure, and ultimately more profitable. So it also, you get a one-on-one expert guidance from a treasury management officer like myself.
Nice.
So my husband, he's a business owner. I understand that stress that comes with the financial aspect of running a business. Treasury management officer should help relieve some of that burden and ultimately let the business owner get back to what they do best and what they know.
Nice, nice. So local partner, obviously, is what Eaton Community Bank would be with the business owner here. Expand on that a little bit.
So Eaton Community Bank's a local business themselves. We get it. You know your business, we know banking. So we like to help those local businesses with their banking needs. So Eaton Community Bank offers all those treasury management tools, ACH services, positive pay, payroll, merchant services, remote deposit capture, all of it. But where we stand apart from the rest is that dedicated customer service and considerable cost savings.
Nice.
So as a business, I would work with you one-on-one to assess your unique needs and see what works best for you.
Great, great. So sounds like you're the perfect partner because a person's not going to really know what they need or how to use it. I hope our viewers go in to one of your branches, ask for you specifically, so they can go ahead and learn a little bit more about treasury management. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Karen.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit more about Gateway Youth Services and how the Rotary Foundation of Lansing's grant has helped providing services in the community.
Sure. Gateway Youth Services provides services to runaway and homeless youth between the ages of 12 to 24. So our purpose is to prevent and end youth homelessness in our local community for our youth and young adults. The Rotary Club, like many foundations that support us, just really provides like the extras that we're very dependent on a lot of government grants, and there's a lot of regulation that says you can spend the money on these items, but not these things. So, the Rotary Foundation helps to kind of fill in the gaps and make sure that we're able to provide a robust, holistic approach to resolving youth homelessness in our community.
Can you give me an example or tell me about a success story?
Sure. Success looks different for every youth. We really focus on the individual needs, and we do a lot of thorough assessments of where they are now and where they want to be and how we help support and get them there. But a lot of it is focused around helping them build positive, permanent connections in the community so they have the support that they need to be successful and to transition successfully into adulthood. It's about connecting them to employment opportunities and help them to achieve a livable wage. It's about trying to help them locate affordable housing and then connecting all the dots, putting them in that housing housing as the basic foundation for all of their other higher level needs, and just staying involved as a support system as they kind of work through their personal goals.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Really appreciate your time today, and I look forward to learning more and helping out more.
Okay, great. Thank you.
CATA's regional mobility solutions make a difference for our community. Hear what our writers and community leaders have to say about the value CATA delivers to the capital city area.
My name is Ahan Gohil. I'm a sophomore here at MSU. I'm studying public relations. I'm an international student. I was born in Mumbai, so it was really awesome to see that MSU does offer like public transportation services, and I just think it's like a much better alternative to car travel because it's more sustainable. I live at Shaw, so it's right beside the CATA bus station. Makes it really easy to just get wherever I want to be on campus. I'm usually taking the 31 and 30 wherever I go. In Mumbai, public transportation is very common. We have the subway, metro, and then the train. We also have like rickshaws and taxis as well. So you don't really have to drive anywhere. You can always just take the bus or wherever you have to go. During football season, I know CATA still runs. I really like how the signs on the CATA buses turn into like Go Spartans or whatever. I really like that because it shows that it cares about the community that it's in. The same with like the art fairs and everything. It's pretty cool that CATA gives back to the community. I honestly think the more public transport, the better. Anytime a person asks me about like public transportation in the US, I'll be like, there needs to be more of it. So, strong advocate for if CATA wants to expand to different neighborhoods or different counties maybe in the future, that'd be awesome.
DLI is hosting its first ever Big Red Ball, and we have Nikki here with Sweet Encounters to tell us more about the event. Nikki, can you tell us about the Big Red Ball?
The Big Red Ball is going to be a winter wonderland. It is an opportunity for everyone across the state, not just in the Lansing area, to come together to support downtown Lansing, which really is our capital city, right? So we want to make sure that we show up and we show out for this big event.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you want to co-host the event?
I am so excited about the opportunity to co-host, to be a belle of the ball with our Senator Sarah Anthony. Why not? I mean, it's a great opportunity. I watch Bridgerton and I'm thinking it's gonna be very Bridgerton-esque, or at least I'm gonna look very Bridgerton-esque. So I'm super excited just to be able to put on something fancy and for a good cause to support our downtown.
Awesome. And can you talk a little bit about what guests can expect at the Big Red Ball?
Expect for us to roll out the red carpet, to have a winter wonderland, to be dressed up in your fancy outfits, and to just have a really fun time.
Can you talk about how DLI supports small businesses?
DLI does a great job of supporting small businesses, from helping to provide resources to grants. I'm personally a recipient of both. So they have workshops available where you can learn about your financials, to learn about marketing, which I think are great opportunities for small businesses. We also have the Middle Village, which is awesome because it's an incubator space to really help businesses to grow and thrive and then be able to move on to the next step.
Thank you so much for joining us, Nikki.
Thank you.
Wow, what another great show and another reason to discover Greater Lansing. So many wonderful things happening in our great, great community. From living, working, and playing, we've got it right here in Greater Lansing. Thanks for joining.